All right, we got the market open.
Welcome to the Psychomaniac Day Trading Series. We've taken concepts like ICT's
How's everybody feeling? Good? Yippity doo dah, yippity yay. My oh my, what a wonderful day. Plenty of sunshine, feeling so gay. Yippity doo dah, yippity yay. Can you imagine that song? Like with like Metallica? All right. Will it be here, the Psychomaniac Day Trader with Crusher Trading? We are playing the Easy Entry Pro today. I have the futures chart up and I have the watch list up, and we are waiting for Easy Entry Pro to show up. We had an Easy Entry Pro show up on NVIDIA. Right now, I'm looking for Meta or Tesla to set up. Looking for that first 5-minute ORB. Got Hood has a Easy Entry Pro. If you want to take the very first thing you see. Just waiting for a setup. Selling my Teslas from yesterday. Thought maybe if we got a pop up this morning, I would have held on to them, but I'm going to take those off $390. I got a nice gap up this morning, but she came back down, so we're just going to get rid of them. So I'm looking at Tesla here now, you guys. Easy Entry Pro. $390 puts. Watch the 50 SMA there in the daily. Let's put our crush it zones in. Reload the tab here quick. Up 5% on Tesla here. I'm going to take half of these contracts off. Got 5 left on Tesla just because it's at the 50 in the crush it zone there. Or not in the crush it zone, but it's at the 50. So it took 10 contracts. I got 5 left. I'm up 10%, 300. I'm up $600 so far. So I got 5 contracts left. Only playing Easy Entry Pro, you guys. Yes, it is this simple. You wait for the Easy Entry Pro to show up. You take your trade, scale, and you get the hell out. And you have a wonderful day. Is it that easy? It is that easy. The hard part is managing the trade, getting out green. So, like I said, distance is always on the forefront of my mind. So, you know, that 50 SMA there on the daily, that is enough to get me out of the trade. So. Got out just in time on that one. I know some of you still might be in Tesla. Remember, you're at the 50 there, so it's a tough hold. But if you're in it, good luck. Watching Meta here. In Meta to the downside. Small candle. Didn't like that candle, but I'm in the trade. For me, it's just about probability and math. So I'm going to hold the line on that one. So I'm gonna restart. So got rid of that starter. I had a starter on Meta, down $80 on it. So. Nice job. That's a good play. Good job, Ryan. Watching for the break here on Meta again. That's all you need right there. Here it is on Tesla. That's all you need. Sorry for the messy charts. This was it right there. $2 is our move. I got a $3 move right there. Our target is $2. So you definitely got a winning trade there on Tesla. So congrats on that. I don't know if you guys took Hood, but Hood also nice easy entry pro. $1.60. We're over 1% on Hood. Well over 1%, almost 2% on Hood. It's nice to be done trading for the day, right, Ryan? On Tesla, like I said, on Tesla, I know you're working on your holds, you guys. I know you want to hold Tesla for longer for the bigger moves. We got our target. So remember that. So you should be down to trailers. This thing could move more, but we're at the daily moving averages there. So you got to be careful. Don't be hanging on to a really big position. Yeah, good job on Tesla, you guys. Easy entry pro all day long. Can't say it enough. Watching for an Aura B hit on NQ. NQ to the downside. Took NQ to the downside, looking for the 15-minute ORB. Watching Meta. Hood, play of the day. Wow. Palantir looking good on that. Right down to the CIZ. Out NQ. Got a nice fill on that one. That one worked out good. Five accounts, $3,500. Got a level on NQ down at 26,281.50. See if we can't hold down to that. I got 1 micro. 1 micro on NQ. Nice on Meta, you guys. Should be up 7.5% on Meta. Another easy entry pro. To the downside here. Looking for $100 a contract on Meta. Sorry, I can't focus on AOI at the moment, but we are dropping here. Good job on those of you that did held to Tesla. Meta, crushing it on Meta right now. We're up over $100 a contract on that. Buy-in on Meta was $735. Hit target on Meta right there, you guys. We got a target hit on Meta at the daily low. Let's see if we can push this down a little bit farther. There we go. So we got our $3 target on Meta. So made that money back on that one stop out, plus a whole lot more. Let's hang on to trailers here on Meta. Still hanging on to NQ. Up $200 a contract on Meta. I'm out NQ anyways. So you can see NQ, you guys. On YouTube, you cannot see NQ. But if you're in the room live, you'll be able to see the trades and there's no latency. But you can see here, if you're in the room, you can see that we hit this to a T. I hit a level at 26, 280, 50-ish. Hit it to a T. Look at that. Easy Entry Pro all the way to the downside here. You can see this is our break level right here. I have this break level in here. We broke that level, and it was a straight shot. Like I said, it either works or it doesn't. And on NQ here, you guys, we got an 87-point move on NQ playing the Easy Entry Pro. Okay? You don't even want to know. You don't even want to know. At 5, I had $3,500 from the pre-market. And this one here is another $4,500. I had a micro that I hung on to all the way down, did not risk that. So we're up almost $10,000 on futures today. Hanging on to those trailers on Meta, we are up $9.40. The buy-in was $7.35. 675 puts on Meta, playing the Easy Entry Pro. Watching NQ for a break of that level I have here. And if it breaks, small chance, I may take it again. You guys take your pick on your Easy Entry Pros today, whatever you want. It doesn't matter. You got a beautiful winning trade on Palantir, Hood, Meta. Tesla, a good winning trade, a little choppy-ish. And NVIDIA is also a winning trade, but slightly, a little choppy, you know. Best trades right here, definitely, I got to say Hood. Hood's at a level at 84.50 right now. I would definitely say Hood is definitely one hell of a trade. Now, I know Amir was calling out AAOI. Had a decent move. Had an Easy Entry Pro. It moved up. I don't know. I don't have an Easy Entry Pro on that one at the beginning. I do have an Easy Entry Pro and SNDK. These are my side charts. Easy Entry Pro and NBIS to the downside. Nothing on MU flat. And NBIS, did I call that one out? Yeah. So, you guys, we're rocking. We are rocking. In a little bit here, I do want to go over the psychology on Meta and how that worked, because I did get stopped out of the first one and I took the second one, the second opportunity, and I want to talk about that. So we'll wait a little bit later in the morning and we'll go through that. Hood breaking the 84.62 level, you guys. I think I'm pretty much done trading for the day, by the way. Had a hell of a morning here playing Meta, and a really good morning just messing around with NQ. Only playing Easy Entry Pro. I tell you, I got some FOMO right now on that Hood. That Hood is looking really good. I'm going to blow this up so you can see it. Okay. Right here, it's not hard. This is the easiest thing, the easiest way to trade right there, you guys. This puts, ICT concepts, the divergence, mean reversions, break and retest, encompasses everything, makes trading so much easier, right? Easy Entry Pro, you get your entry, the trade either works or it doesn't, and look at that freaking move on Hood, you guys. What a move. Playing the Easy Entry Pro, $4.32. Now, this is an a $90 stock, so what is that? Almost 400%, 4 times. So that's a killer trade right there. That is a killer trade right there. Same thing with Palantir. Palantir is crushing it to the downside. I got a level at 138 on Palantir. If you're interested in taking Palantir, we do have a level down there. She could grind. Be careful. So if you hadn't gotten into a trade yet, you're stuck. MU finally putting together a Easy Entry Pro to the upside. Time 9:57. We got a 10 o'clock candle there. This could be a good MU. Look for a pre-market high at 459 on MU if you decide to take it. This is a dangerous one. Could chop you out. You get a little bit of a pullback, and it's going to crush you. It's going to kill you. You got to be able to hold the road. You got to have an account big enough to take this trade. So, how many of you guys set your timer? Did anybody have a timer that you set on your trades? to hold. And we talked about that to help with the psychology. Meta rocking. Look at that trailer on Meta. Let's see if we can hold into the CIZ. We're up $9.55 in the Meta trade. Remember, our buy-in was $7.35. We're up over $200 per contract on Meta, and we're looking for, I hate to say this, but we're looking for 666. Holy cow, I need to get out of that trade. I'm just teasing. But we're looking for 666 on Meta. If that don't freak you out, let's hold. Wow, I was like I say is wow, Hood. What a trade on Hood. There's your entry. This is an awesome. Now, you guys, what I'm talking, you see me going back to Hood, you see me going back to Palantir. A lot of times what you'll see me do is you'll see me blow my screen up like this right here because I don't want my eyes rolling away from the chart. It's so easy to get distracted, and we always want to watch the winning trades. And even if you're in a different trade, so you gotta be able to focus. So a lot of times I'll blow my chart up, and if I'm talking too much, turn the volume down, focus in on it, and when you're done with the trade, come on back. But But anyways, so we're looking for 666 on Meta. And anything on Tesla, you guys, it's going to be pretty choppy. You know, we're in between moving averages. We're in between the 9 and the 50 on the daily. So it's not, I don't expect getting any clean shots on this thing. So you could hold it. It could grind. It is showing momentum to the downside. But your cleanest moves right now, once again, on Palantir and Hood. We took Tesla and Meta this morning. Now we're trying to hold Meta to 666. See if we can't get $500 per contract on Meta. So what I'll do here is I'm going to blow the Meta chart up here so we can focus in on it. And by the way, real quick before I do that, make sure you understand if you're in MU, MU is working out. Remember I told you the trades either work or they don't, and MU is doing very, very well right now. So with a small move on MU. Look for your pre-market highs at 458.70. Going back into Meta here. I got a trailer in this, so I want to focus on this one here. Would like to see $500 per contract. So that would put us at what? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We want to get to $12.35. $12.35 on Meta. Is it possible? You know it is. You know it is. Sorry, I got a squeaky chair. I don't know if you can hear that or not. So while I'm waiting for this to work out, hopefully it does, I'm going to be changing accounts here on futures and once again looking for easy entry pros. We're averaging about 17 points per candle on NQ. That's on the 1 minute chart. I will not go red, by the way, on the last Meta trailer that I have here. So I'll make sure that I get out green on it. I'm not going to go flat, and I'm not going to go red. I'll get out at least, what, $30. So my out will be, well, looks like I might be out pretty soon. But if it hits $8, I'll be out of the trade. So I'm going to set it, a limit order here. So if we get trailing stop, if we get to $8, I'll be out of that trade on Meta. What a morning, you guys. It's awesome when price moves and you get your, hang on here a second, and you get your wins early. NQ's averaging about 10 points per candle, roughly, just under 10 points. So I do have a 10-second chart up here on another screen. So if I do get easy entry pros on the 10-second, I don't mind scalping some 10-point moves, or between 5 to 10 points, roughly. So I'm out, by the way. Actually got out of Meta. Just barely above. I actually took myself out at $8.27, I think it was. $8.25. And the biggest reason is because we have a leg reset. This is a leg reset. So if I go to Easy Entry Pro right here on Meta, see if I can't open this up here. We have a leg reset. And there it is right there. So I usually don't switch it. I've played it enough to know the intuition. I kind of know we're working with a leg reset. Waiting for this candle to close, looking for a meta move to the upside now on a leg reset. Now we got nice distance to VWAP on Meta, so it doesn't worry me. We got, this is scalp move, so we got about a $2 move up to 673.50-ish roughly. So let's see how this candle closes here. We want to get a ratio of 60%. I want, there it is. It's gonna go before we have a chance to get into it. So this is, now look at, isn't that crazy? Right? How it hit the other, you got the Easy Entry Pro right here and an Easy Entry Pro right here. Look at, the two are lining up. I got about 30 seconds left in the candle. Nice, perfect touch. You get the pullback in there. If we get an indecision candle here and the ratio is not at least 60%, we'll wait on that trade. I'm not going to take it. So I need a candle ratio of at least 60%. I need the body to take up at least 60% of the high to the low. There it is. Look at how that closed. Just one Easy Entry Pro right on top of the other one. Right? That's not by accident. The Easy Entry Pro takes all of these strategies and brings them into one indicator and makes it very easy on you. It's very relaxing to trade it. We just wait for your break right here. Definitely got a 60% ratio on that one. So let's see if this thing pulls back and reconsolidates or gets ready for that break there. NQ rejection where? At an Easy Entry Pro. Look at that. Rejected the Easy Entry Pro. This one right there. See that candle right there? That's your EEP. Watching Meta for a second move. Getting ready for calls on Meta here. We're going right into traffic. Right into traffic here. But once again, I'm waiting for a break of that level on the 15-second chart. I want an entire candle, body and wick, to close above it. Right? I'm not going to be afraid of the 20 EMA. I'm not going to be afraid of VWAP. I'm not going to be afraid of any of that stuff. Okay, I'm going to look at the probabilities, and the probability of getting a leg reset with a winning trade of at least $2 to $3, right, is about 90%. About 90%. I have the data to prove it. So when you have data to prove something, right, and you're in an area, right, where you're getting ready to take the trade, the most important thing to me is the 90% win rate. That's it. It's easy to talk yourself out of a trade. You'll start mentally going through, well, I was going to take it, but the 20 was there. And then the trade's done. It moves 15 points to the upside, and you go, yeah, but, you make yourself feel better. I wasn't going to take it because at the end of the day, you guys, we're mathematicians. That's what we are. And we play probability. Okay, you're not here to be a meteorologist. Hey, take care. Greg, have a good day. Congratulations on the big win on Tesla. I think Greg made over $1,000 trading Tesla to the downside here today. Ryan, almost $100 per contract. Amir, I'm not sure if you got a trade. Maybe AAOI. Waiting for Meta to break. You can see that MU, I know you like trading this one, Amir. I don't know if you took this one or not, but easy entry pro to the upside right here, and MU worked. Look at that. That's a big payday right there. That's a big payday. You got a $6 move on MU to the upside. Easy entry pro. That thing worked. A little bit of a drawdown, not much, but it worked. So I'm looking at Meta here, but here's what I don't have on Meta. I need you to understand. I do not have, on the 15-second chart, I do not have a bullish candle 100% above the level. And what I'll do is I'll take a starter and I'll wait to get above the 673.50 level, and I'll add to that trade. So you got a momentum shift on NQ to the upside. Look for VWAP touch there. Possible scalp trade if we reject VWAP. No go on Meta. VWAP rejection on Tesla, minor, not big. It's just a little rejection here. It's between the 9 EMA and VWAP. I'm maybe suspicious that Tesla could get another move to the downside. You can see we have a leg reset on Tesla to the upside. She's fighting a little bit. Pre-market SPYs hit all-time highs. We did hit that impulsive crush it zone on the 4-hour, I think it was. And it's going to pull back. Currently sitting flat. So the only leg reset I want is to the upside. If we get another easy entry pro to the downside on meta, I'm not super interested in taking it. Those are also just kind of reset legs. And by the way, there's an update that's going to be coming to the easy entry pro. We're going to be numbering the signals that we get on here so you know if it's the first, second, or third signal. And we're also going to have a higher time frame easy entry pro showing up on the lower time frame. So you'll know when you get a 15-minute or a 1 hour or whatever you want to set it to. Also in the crush it zone, we got an update coming where you get a blue signal if it gets within a couple ticks of the CIZ. And we get our indicator. So, good stuff. Just gives us more opportunities. Watching Tesla, 390 puts. 390 puts on Tesla. Gotta wait for the break here. See if I can put some very light background music on so I don't have to talk the whole time. Carlos, how'd you do? Did you do anything in the sim? Oh, nice job. Of course, the one that's still trying to work itself out. Oh, good job on Tesla. You guys okay with the background music? Not too high? Today's theme is reggae music. Got an easy swing on meta to the downside. This makes me want to drink a margarita. Need meta to break this level right here. We're about 5% on meta. There we go. Let her rip. Come on. I did take an easy entry pro on Tesla. The downside here, because it's between the 50 and that easy entry pro. Keep our fingers crossed. I'm only taking about 30% of the overall gains here today. So. So these are just meant to be scalps. If price gets above VWAP, I'll take myself out of Tesla. And if we get above 671.50, I'll take myself out of Meta. Cut into my profits a little bit here today, but like I said, I'm only risking about 30% of my total profits today. So. Patiently waiting. I don't like that curl on the 9 on Tesla. I know we had that Easy Entry Pro right there. I was thinking we were going to get a move down to the 9. We haven't quite hit that 9 yet. So. Yeah, I'm going to bail on Tesla. Like I said, you guys, the trade either works or it doesn't. So take a small loss on Tesla, about $750. Well, I guess it's not a small loss, but still up about $130 on Meta. So anybody take that MU at all? I'm just curious. I'm curious if you did well on it. That thing pays pretty well. I wasn't keeping track of the price on it. I'm assuming that nobody took it. We got a bull trend forming on Tesla. See, good thing I get out. And when I talk about the Easy Entry Pro, you guys, you know, they either work or they don't. And so if you're 3 candles into it, 4 candles into it, and it's not working, you know, the Easy Entry Pro, it's a small loss. But here's the thing is you can't win unless you play. You have to take trades and you have to rely on probability. I know a lot of times you guys will want to add in something into that probability. You might, well, I like it when it does this or it does that. And at the end of the day, if you look at the data, it doesn't matter what you think or what it does. Whatever you're doing, whatever you're thinking, whatever you like is because you feel good about it. It doesn't change the probability. I know we've had people say, well, I don't want to take them because they're in the ORB. Then don't. I can show you plenty of them that are in the ORB that work out just fine. Well, I don't want to take it because it's between moving averages. Then don't. But I can tell you, I can show you a whole bunch of them that work out in between moving averages. So there's kind of no rhyme or reason, you know. It's just straight up probability. And when you get that Easy Entry Pro, it's because there's a lot of things coming together, volume-wise, momentum, you know, the moving averages. It's got a lot of criteria in that indicator. And, you know, they're not always perfect. But in my opinion, it's probably one of the best indicators in the market as far as quality and being able to identify the trend early without latency. So we're out of Tesla. We're still playing with Meta. We have about 3.5%. Waiting for that to break. See if it does break. I have a new NQ account up, or another prop firm account that I'm trading in. So kind of trading them in blocks of 3 and blocks of 5. And here's an Easy Entry Pro right now on NQ. Trying to do its thing. I play futures much differently. On the Easy Entry Pro than I do stocks. So I am in this NQ to the upside, looking for VWAP. Took the break of the Easy Entry Pro. Right? We got 2 scales out of it. I got 1 left, and I will not go red on it because I have a break even now that is set. So it won't let me go past break even, and I'm out of the trade. So that's it. Got the first 2 scales on it.
Welcome to the Psychomaniac Day Trading Series. We've taken concepts like ICT's inner circle trading, break and retest, mean reversion, and momentum divergence and combined them into indicators that do the work for us. It's a more relaxed approach because when trading feels smoother, you stay less emotionally involved and more confident. You need to be relaxed when you trade. You'll hear a lot of successful traders say trading doesn't have to be difficult, and they're right, it doesn't have to be. It's about the approach. Once you grasp the methodology, it becomes simpler. The structure leads to relaxation, and relaxation leads to better trading. People do overthink it, but the missing step is knowing your levels and accepting some risk. Our indicators tie it together so you no longer second guess. You wait, confirm, and execute. That's it. The trade is laid out for you. Welcome.
Meta holding its level. Lesson learned. Henry came in, paid me a visit here. Down $250 on his trade. I'm going to exit Meta. Going to relax. Nothing else to really do here, I guess. I did try a couple more trades. I thought maybe we're going to get a continuation on Tesla on that easy entry part of the downside. And it still could happen, but it didn't happen in the amount of candles that I want to see it happen in. Same thing with Meta. I thought we'd get some kind of continuation of the downside. It's holding. And I do believe Meta definitely could see some movement to the downside here. But I'm not going to wait 12 candles for it to happen. $10.35. It feels later, doesn't it? We had a really good morning right away. That was nice. So in about 30 minutes here, maybe 11, maybe 15 minutes, I'll do a recap. Tesla is a no-go for me today, regardless. Trading sideways now. It got its move. Everybody got green on that one today. Meta may break. Palantir looking at a V recovery there. Back to the CSE, it's at VWAP. We'll give it about, about 10, 15 more minutes now. I'll do the recap. If you're on YouTube, you won't be able to see this, but I'll be calling out some NQs here on the Easy Entry Pros. But if you're in the room, you'll see me trading these. I'm going to be trading, if I get my setups again, I'll be trading NQs here. Got nothing going on here today, so I don't mind sitting here for a little bit. VWAP rejection on NQ so far. Let's see if it holds. There's your rejection, your VWAP on NQ. About 14 points, right? Current candle's up about 13.75 points. Not bad. Average since 9:30 has been about 15 points per candle, roughly. And the last three were about 9.5 points per candle. Another easy entry pro, leg reset. Trying to go on meta. Not going to play anything here. I don't like the scalp mode here today right now. Probably because I got burnt on both Tesla and Meta, trying to take the leg reset.
falta per.
All right, guys, let's just do a quick recap here. Start with meta, since I have it up here. I have it on scalp mode right now. I'll turn it off scalp mode, but here we got our first Easy Entry Pro, right here, our regular one. We wait for price to break. We got 1, 2, 3 candles, kind of a bigger pullback. I tried this one initially, and the reason why I got out is it pulled back a little bit too far for me. My pullback's about $1.75, 210. It's in the middle of the cloud. Now, we did not break the midline, the 50% of the cloud. Technically, it probably could have stayed in, but trying to stay a little bit more disciplined on making sure that I follow my rules and keep myself from losing too much money. So I took a starter, lost, what did I say? I lost about $100 in that, I think. I don't remember. $90. And then finally, price broke with another Easy Entry Pro to the downside. And this is the one that we all took to the downside here. So it's just as easy as this. Easy Entry Pro. You wait for price to break. Now, I usually take starters before price breaks. It's just kind of the habit. I do that because it kind of kills my impulse. I don't mind giving up $100. And then when I get back into it, I just double down, take 10, 15 contracts and wait for my $3 move. And you can see that we got our $3 move right here. We got a total of $4.77 within one candle, within 3 minutes of that trade. So that was an awesome, big winning trade there on Meta. And you can see we had a leg reset here that didn't really pan out. You have a scalp move right here. This is in scalp mode. And you got a scalp move here, which is about 91 cents, almost $1. You're looking at the 5-minute RB. When you're in scalp mode, what you're doing, you guys, is you're trying to, take plays between levels with Easy Entry Pros. Okay, it's telling you that you have momentum that's going to push you from one side to the next. And you can see we got a push right here. Stops at the RB. We get a move to the upside. Easy Entry Pro shows up. And we get a decent scalp move up to this level I have marked out at 673. So that is Meta. Easy Entry Pro on Tesla right here. This was the main one that we all took this morning. Did very, very well on it, right? Most of you guys did anyways. Here's your Easy Entry Pro. Right there it is. Looking for the red dot. Wait for candle to close, right? And then we wait for a break of the level. Let me mark this in here quick. There's your level. Price breaks. And I know a lot of you guys, including myself, we just took it down here. We had our target, $2. We hit $3. So really good payday. Price did come back up. It did come back down a little farther for about a $5 move, $2 extra. Not bad. Some of you guys might have held for that. But that was it. Now you have Easy Entry Pros here on the scalp, right? Nothing breaks here. There's no trade. Nothing really breaks here. There's no trade. You're into VWAP. And same thing here. It's just too lethargic. And at that point, with our gains today, we're good. I did try this to the downside right here, and I got stopped out. So that's Tesla. Let's see what else we had. Let me go over Palantir and Hood because these were some really good trades today. And there's not a lot to go over with Easy Entry Pro, you guys. I'm telling you, it's pretty easy. Like I said, here's your Easy Entry Pro signal to the downside. Either works or it doesn't, and that worked. And we got $143 per share roughly. And we had a move of about $1.55. So we're over a 1% move on Palantir. So we got a really nice winning trade there that would have paid very, very well. And once again, try to stick to your targets. My targets are usually about 1%. 1% on Meta, it's about a 0.9% move. You get a 1% move, and that is a killer move, man. So let's go to Hood. Trophy goes to Hood today. What a trade. Nice Easy Entry Pro. It worked immediately to the downside right here, $4.80. So the reason I want to talk about something real quick, I know I've heard this from other people. Well, I was going to take Hood, but I wanted to break the ORB because the wick was there. Or I wanted to take Hood, but let me just put something in here quick. But, it was kind of at that pre-market low, and I wanted to make sure it was going to go. I was going to take Hood, but the previous day high was right there, and I thought we were going to get some kind of rejection, and we were too close. And I was going to take Hood, but, you got all these things. You're going to talk yourself out of these trades, you guys. This is why it's so important to not have, your indicators, like 3 or 4 indicators, or, you're trying to play 2 or 3 strategies at the same time. You can see I do not have the CIZ, the crush it zone up here, right? But if I did have it up here, let's put it up here real quick. This is a different strategy, depending on how you play it. Usually the way I play the crush it zone is I don't play the reversals much out of it anymore. I use it as more of an idea where price is going to go to. So these zones, over and over again, you'll see the price wants to go to these zones that we have marked out. This is a proprietary zone that I marked out. It's mathematical equations, built the algorithm. So, I don't know if this is what institutions use, but it's what I use. And I know that, a lot of the time, if you get a price break of the 5-minute ORB, you are going to see the CIZ over 90% of the time. Okay. So anyway, so having all of this on your charts is just going to confuse you. And you're going to turn a really nice move into a smaller win, or maybe even a stop up because of mismanaging and hesitation. So anyways, so long story short, this is why it's so important, in my opinion, to have all this stuff gone. Have a couple, I call what I call guides. You can have a guide if you want to put the cloud in there, or if you want to have, maybe a reversal signal like a doji or something like that, indicator. That's fine, but just don't have multiple strategies on your chart trying to figure out which one you're going to play. Because what happens is a couple of things. One, we get married to our indicators. I have the MACD on there. It's like I'm married to it. Do I ever use it? Probably not. Does it help me? Not really. But there's just something in me that can't get rid of it. Let me see if it's on here, right here. There it is. The MACD, does it help me? No, it does nothing for me. I'll be honest with you. Do I like it? Yeah. But when I'm in my trade and I'm deep into focus, it's just there. So one, try not to get married to indicators. If you have indicators or stuff in your chart that you think are helping you, but maybe not, get rid of it and see if it affects your trading. Trade in simulator without it once. Try trading on a clean chart with just easy entry pros and maybe one helper like a cloud or a VWAP, and see how you do. And I bet you'll do a lot better because your mind is not going to be clouded with all this other stuff trying to figure out, if price is going to go here or there. And pretty soon you're going to talk yourself out of the trade, right? And I say this all the time. Your job is not to think, period. Your job is not to think. Your job is to just play the easy entry pro, 90% win rate. Just play it, be done with your trade, and move on. If you start thinking about shit, you're going to fuck up the trade. All right? So anyways, I wanted to share that with you. So good trade on Hood there. Amir, Tesla, Hood, Coin, Meta, nice easy entry pros to the downside. MU, nice easy entry pro to the upside. Yeah, we'll take a peek at MU here real quick. I'm not going to take any more trades. I will be setting alerts on NQ and taking easy entry pros on the 3-minute chart on Qs today if we do get them. But anyways, here's MU, easy entry pro to the upside. Remember yesterday I tried taking this and I got ousted. The first one. Now remember, I take starters. I don't even listen. I tell you guys, hey, don't take the trade unless you break the level. And I think this did break the level actually. I took a starter, one contract, ended up getting stopped out of it earlier than later, but it ended up working out the second time around. But I had taken Palantir. But anyways, what I'm saying is, this one worked out nice and clean. I wish I'd had this one yesterday. That would have been really nice. So, but anyways, MU, it doesn't look nice. It looks choppy, but 2 candles, 6 minutes later, you got a nice winning trade there on MU. And now you got trailers that you're down. You can hold through that drawdown and try to get a bigger move to the upside because once you break the 5-minute ORB, this is this blue box, it's a 5-minute ORB. Once you break the 5-minute ORB, trust me, you have about a 90% chance of hitting the crush it zone. And look at what we call the crush it zone here. Look at the rejection right there. I'm gonna talk about this just for 1 second here quick. Once again here, we break the ORB. Look at, we hit the zone. Yeah, and the reason why I call it a zone is there a level there? I don't know. Sometimes it hits it perfect. Sometimes it does this. But you can see it says ZIZ. We're in the zone. CIZ in the zone. All right. So I could go and do these, a lot of these. Look at, we break the 5-minute ORB. She does come back in. But look at, eventually it hits the CIZ. Now, this is just as an MU, you guys. This is all tickers. We break the 5-minute ORB, we hit the zone. Okay. So anyways, I don't want to go off on a tangent there, but MU, I want to look at a couple more that Amir put up there. I want to look at coin and AAOI. Again, I thought, was it AAOI? No, which one was it? NBIS? I got ousted on this one here a couple days ago with a starting contract also. Easy entry, but it's a messy chart here, so I apologize. This is kind of a test chart. I got a lot of stuff on here just testing. That's all it is. I don't necessarily trade like this. But we got an Easy Entry Pro. It doesn't work out. You get your second Easy Entry Pro today. Nice trade to the downside. Okay. Every couple of weeks, I have to go through and clean my charts up because they get too messy. That was a nice trade. All right, you guys, I think that's pretty much it. Coin. That's what I was going to look at. It was coin. Sorry, my bad. Let's go take a peek at coin. I kind of quit trading coin a few months ago. It is a good trader if you're trading shares. The biggest reason I like to trade options, and the biggest reason for me is the spreads. And, I got ousted a couple times on these. Got pinched out of trades, and I don't like it. Nobody does. But if you're playing Easy Entry Pro and you're playing shares, you're not playing options, you can certainly do that. You can play this on futures. You can play it on options. If you haven't seen this on crypto, man, you want to scalp trade on crypto, Easy Entry Pro is the bomb. I mean, this thing rocks. And if you want to see some of that, I can show you some crypto if you're into crypto. Anyways, here's Easy Entry Pro to the downside right here. And we get a full move, $6 now on coin. That's not a bad move at all. Not a bad move. So it is a winning trade. So if you're trading shares, you definitely got a winning trade there on coin. All right, you guys, I don't really have anything else. I'm going to be watching, like I said, mostly NQ for the rest of the day. And we do have a CIZ right here. That's the London CIZ right here. So, you can see this was the range when the London was here. Now I'm going to switch this over, and I'm going to put this on the USA. And you can see we haven't even gotten out of the ORB yet. Now we can also go to the Chicago. Let's go to Chicago. And where is it? New York, Chicago. And you can see right here, CIZ trade marker right there. Move to the downside, hit VWAP. We're coming back up. Looking for that ORB right now on NQ. Okay. If you're on YouTube, you can't see this, but this is in the room only. So. All right, you guys, I'm going to end the stream right now. And check out the links below if you want to be a part of the Crusher Trading Room and learn the Crusher Trading System and find out more about Easy Entry Pro. We'd love to have you in the room. It's absolutely free of charge. There's no charge to be in the room at this point right now. All right, you guys, thank you.